video is created solely for educational, informational, and awareness purposes. The narrative is based on publicly available records, news reports, and documented case files. This video does not intend to disrespect any individual, community, or institution, nor does it promote or glorify any criminal act or violence. Viewer discretion is advised as some content may be sensitive or distressing.
It started with a minor, seemingly harmless nuisance, a dropped home Wi-Fi signal. Shortly after the internet went down, a WhatsApp text popped up on the homeowner's phone from a customer service line, offering to send a field technician to inspect and fix the router. It looked like helpful, remarkably proactive customer service. In reality, it was the opening move of a meticulously engineered, lethal blueprint. This is the true story of a chilling crime that rocked Lucknow, India, a plot so carefully calculated that even seasoned investigators were stunned by its deceptive precision. In the Chinhat police jurisdiction of Lucknow, near Urban Public High School, stood a quiet two-story home belonging to Anamika Singh. Adarsh worked as a 36-year-old assistant grade 2 technical officer at the Food Corporation of India (FCI) in Gandhinagar. He lived in the house with his 36-year-old wife, Anamika, a devoted homemaker who took pride in their simple, peaceful life, and their 2-year-old daughter. Occupying the top floor was Arjun Soni, along with his wife, Pooja, and their 2 young children. Arjun was technically a tenant, but Adarsh, noticing his severe financial struggles, never charged him a single dime for rent, asking only that Arjun cover his own family's electricity bill. In exchange, Arjun, a motorcycle mechanic who also took on catering gigs as a cook, handled minor household maintenance tasks. Because Adarsh worked long hours, leaving Anamika and their toddler alone during the day, Arjun often ran errands or picked up groceries for them. The ground floor of the house remained vacant, reserved for future visiting relatives or reliable tenants. The terrible tragedy unfolded on Friday, May 19, 2023. At around 2 p.m. on that scorching afternoon, Arjun was heading downstairs from his second-floor apartment while his wife was away picking up their children from school. Reaching the first-floor landing, Arjun noticed the front door to Adarsh's home sitting slightly open, with a trail of dark red blood pooling outward into the hallway. Arjun called out for Anamika as he stepped inside, passing through the corridor and into the master bedroom. There, he discovered Anamika lying on the floor in a massive pool of blood. Arjun immediately pulled out his phone and dialed Adarsh, breathlessly gasping that someone had attacked his wife. Adarsh froze in absolute terror. Just 6 minutes before that call, he had been speaking directly with Anamika to let her know he was coming home for lunch. Adarsh hopped on his motorcycle and rushed back, while Arjun ran outside to flag down an auto rickshaw. When Adarsh arrived, he bolted up the stairs to find his wife severely wounded with deep stabs across her neck and abdomen. Her pulse was faint, and when Adarsh desperately asked who had done this, Anamika could no longer speak. She could only weakly raise her hand, pointing her finger upward toward the top floor. Adarsh scooped her into his arms, carried her downstairs, and rushed her to Sahara Hospital with Arjun's assistance, but doctors pronounced her dead on arrival. Remarkably, her 2-year-old daughter had been left untouched in the apartment, completely unharmed. Investigators from the Chinhat police station deployed immediately to both the hospital and the crime scene. Adarsh's brother-in-law filed a formal complaint, leading to an official first information report against unknown assailants that evening. When detectives searched the sealed apartment the next day, they found clear signs of a desperate struggle for survival. Chairs were knocked over and belongings were scattered everywhere. Forensics gathered critical physical evidence, including 3 pink shirt buttons snapped off during the struggle, strands of pulled hair, and a black knit ski mask that belonged to none of the residents. Crucially, all doors and windows were completely intact, proving there was no forced entry. The killer was either let in willingly or was a familiar face. The most decisive lead, however, was a discarded employee ID badge lying on the living room floor. It bore the photo and name of Vijay Vikas, listing a corporate employee number attached to a blue and white Reliance Jio lanyard. When shown the badge, Adarsh recalled that 2 days prior, on May 17th, their Wi-Fi had suddenly stopped working, and Anamika had received the unsolicited WhatsApp message offering repair services. Adarsh had called the technician, who promised to swing by. The fake technician visited on May 18th to inspect the router, claiming it was broken. On May 19th, the technician called again, arriving shortly before 1 p.m. Anamika had called Adarsh to say the technician demanded 4,500 Indian rupees to replace the machine, but Adarsh spoke to the man directly and flatly refused the charge, hanging up just 6 minutes before Arjun called to report the bloody attack. Detectives quickly verified with Reliance Jio that no employee named Vijay Vikas existed, proving the ID was a complete fake. However, phone records, neighborhood CCTV footage, and eyewitness accounts from local residents revealed the horrifying truth. Surveillance showed a man in a pink shirt and black mask walking toward the home alongside Arjun Soni, before fleeing minutes later with his shirt torn and buttons missing. Call records revealed over 90 calls between the fake technician's number and a second phone line leading directly to Arjun Soni. On the evening of May 20th, police arrested Arjun near a railway crossing. Under interrogation, Arjun broke down and confessed to masterminding the plot with his accomplice, Virendra Kumar Yadav, a local tea and snack vendor who was arrested the following day. Driven deep into debt by reckless spending and knowing Adarsh was a well-paid government worker who was reportedly keeping cash at home for a family property purchase, Arjun and Virendra had plotted a robbery inspired by crime web series. Arjun had personally sabotaged the family's Wi-Fi router on May 17th to create the pretext, while Virendra created the fake GeoID card at a local print shop. On the day of the crime, Virendra entered under the guise of fixing the Wi-Fi and asked Anamika for water. When he attacked her from behind with a knife, Anamika fought back furiously, forcing a panicked Virendra to call Arjun down from the top floor. Together, the two men pinned her down and stabbed her 34 times to prevent her from identifying them, fleeing empty-handed in their panic while accidentally dropping the fake ID, mask, and buttons. On November 3, 2025, the Session Court of Lucknow found both Arjun Soni and Virendra Kumar Yadav guilty of murder and conspiracy, sentencing them both to life imprisonment, bringing a solemn close to a tragic story of misplaced trust and ultimate betrayal.
So friends, this was today's emotional love story. If you like this story, please like the video, share it to your friends and subscribe to my channel for more beautiful stories like this. Thank you so much for listening. See you soon in the next stories.